want you to get yourself in a space, in a spirit, because we're going to hold space, hopefully, without any words, just a musical interlude from Michael Emmanuel for 9 minutes and 46 seconds. A man we watched on television, George Floyd, lost his life. Lost his life. George Floyd could have been anybody. George Floyd was 6'1", 250 pounds, and 47 years old. The description of Frederick Ingram is 6 feet, 250 pounds, and 47 years old. That could have been me. That could have been you. It could have been somebody you knew. Through no fault of his own. Because of the color of your skin. Because of the zip code that you're in. Because somebody didn't think long and hard enough about somebody is another human being. And that person belongs to somebody, had a family. Hold your spirit and hold your truth around George Floyd's daughter. Because the words that cried out from her were, "Daddy, you changed the world." I think about my daughter. I think about my son. I think about my 15-year-old who's got a volleyball game tonight, and I'm missing it. But this right here is the spirit of us all. And so if you can hold space and reverence and spirit with me for 9 minutes and 46 seconds, we're going to ask you just to listen to this music, be involved, be present, have your heart wide open. Think about these young people and think about the communities that they come from. Think about what they represent. They are our future. And I always tell people, our young people will take care of us one way or another. We should pour into them now so they don't have to pour into us later. 9 minutes and 46 seconds, our circle of hope for the American Federation of Teachers. 9 minutes and 46 seconds. 9 minutes and 46 seconds. This is about hope. It's about inspiration. We are in the nation's capital, in the most powerful government in the world, in the most powerful country in the world. This is America, and this is our country. We love it so, and we reserve the right to criticize her perpetually. We want to make this country better. We want to make it more fair and more just and more honest. For our young people that are in the circle within the circle, we thank you for everything that you do and will do. This is about our future. This is about the American Federation of Teachers, the 1.7 million members across this country who give their lives to students and communities and families every day.